Hello everyone, today I will explain the functions of the HT-10A channel remote control. The standard receiver of this remote control is F10A. It should be noted that the bottom row of pins on the receiver is the signal, the middle is the positive pole, the top is the negative pole. There are small icon tips here. Do not connect it wrongly or reversely, otherwise it will cause the code to fail. Power the receiver first. With the iron piece facing left, insert. Receiver slow flashing. Then connect the servo. After connecting it, put it here. Next, let us talk about how to operate the remote control. Before starting, make sure the throttle is in the lowest position. Left hand, right hand, double return. Different throttle positions have differences. Power on first. You can first see the remote control interface. There are 4 buttons next to it. They are up, down, exit, and OK. Press the OK key to enter the function interface. This function interface is divided into 3 pages. Each page has different functions. If you need to set a certain function, just press the OK button to proceed to the next step. The first page is the channel settings of the remote control. The adjustable items include the positive and negative settings of the channel, channel travel settings, channel fine-tuning, and channel mapping. Let us first take a look at the forward and reverse functions of the channel. If you want to set it, just select the corresponding channel. The white bar represents the positive channel and the red bar represents the negative channel. Select CHR and push the joystick down to set CHR to reverse. You can see the reaction of the servo, and then I set it back to the forward direction. Further down is the channel travel setting. The channel stroke setting can be adjusted unilaterally. The value on the left is the percentage from the neutral position to the minimum value. The right side is the percentage from the neutral position of the channel to the maximum stroke. Let's set up CHR first. Let us take a look at the changes in parameters. The steering gear is slowly returning to position. When the stroke on the left is adjusted to a minimum of lean, push down and now the servo is unresponsive. There is still a response upwards. The value can be adjusted on one side. Now I'll turn it back. You can observe the real-time changes of the servo. It is already at its maximum with reactions both above and below. Channel fine-tuning is to increase or decrease the selected channel based on its neutral position. The value range is 120. Let us take a look at CHR first. OK, it's maxed out. The neutral position at this time is actually a little different from what it was just now. Because its parameter adjustment range is not very large, its changes are relatively subtle. Finally, there is the channel mapping function. Channel mapping is for the remote controls 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Channels can freely define the position of their switches. Just select the corresponding channel to set it. For example, I choose CH2 at this time. You can see that CH2 defaults to SWA. That is the toggle switch. At this time I will set it up. It can be set to sub-suck. This can be set and adjusted by yourself. There is no fixed. Let us look at the second page. That is the channel function page. First you can see the throttle settings. After entering settings, you can see the throttle position and throttle lock. The throttle position can be set to operate in the left hand or the right hand. Currently, only the throttles in dual circuit are supported for interchange. You can see that it is now a double return to the left-hand throttle. I'll set it up. Now it's the right-hand throttle. The simplest operation is to look at CH-10. If CH-10 is on the right, it means that CH-10 is your throttle position. Now connect the servo to CH-10. Look at its reaction. It is now connected. Let's take a look. The servo response and the panel can be used to view its dynamic changes in real time. I switch back to the left hand and you can see that CH-10 is now on the left. Take another look. Downwards is the throttle lock, also called cruise control function. When the rocker is moved to the desired position, the throttle can be locked while the channel switch. First, turn on this feature. At this time, control the throttle stick to a value of 1000. You can see that the control channel is swung. At this time, I dialed swung to the bottom. Release the joystick. You can see that the value remains at 1000. Even if I move the joystick at will, the value will not change, unless I exit cruise control. You can also set the control channel. There are source up, suck and soothe, which can also be set according to your needs. Two mixing methods, one is fixed mixing and the other is programmable mixing. First, let's look at fixed mixing. Fixed mixing is the mixing mode we have paired. There are delta wing mixing control, fixed wing mixing control, and tracked vehicle mixing control. You can choose the appropriate mixing mode according to your needs. You can also view real-time changes in parameters on the interface. Let's first do some simple operations and connections. The first is delta wing mixing, which is ER channel mixing. I connected the servo to the ER channel of the receiver. The connection has been completed at this time. First, we can see the changes in parameters. You can also see the changes in the servo. Then further down is the fixed mixing control. That is R4 channels. Still the same. First, make a change on the receiver. Now the replacement is complete. Press OK button. After the setting is completed, mobilize CHR and CH4. Take a look at the parameter changes and servo response on the interface. Further down is the tracked vehicle mixed control. That is, CHE and CH3. Replace the receiver again. OK, done. Press the OK button after the setting is successful. Check the parameter changes and the servo response. The other is programming mixing control. Programming mixing supports free combination of ER3 channels. The corresponding two channels can be selected for programming mixing operations. You can see the channel changes directly in the status bar on the right. Complete the CHE and CHR mixing control connections. Replace the receiver's servo. Connect to CHE and CHR. After the connection is completed, move the joystick to see the servo response. Two groups can be set at the same time. At this time, because I have set EBR channels as mixed control, then CH3 can only set CH4 as mixed control. You can see the changes in the servo. Further down is the wireless equipment, which includes the code pairing and return voltage. The first method is to use the receiver's pairing button to pair. The second method is to complete the pairing steps through the remote control. Next is the return voltage. In terms of feedback, the remote control's feedback distance and operating distance are the same. When the return voltage is lower than the set value, the remote controller will automatically sound an alarm. Includes automatic battery type recognition. If the voltage display is inaccurate, you can also correct it in the remote control. At the bottom are smart devices. The servo and gyro can be adjusted inside. The steering gear can first be set to different frequencies. You can see that the current servo frequency is 50 Hz, which is an analog servo. Look at the servo response. There will be a slight delay. If I need to set the digital servo to 330 Hz, if I want the servo to respond faster, I just need to hold down OK and then press the next button. I want the servo to respond faster, just hold down the OK key and then press the down key. This is the digital servo mode, which is 330 Hz. Give it a try. At this time, the digital servo will respond faster. You can also set the angle of the servo, such as 90 度、180度. Give it a try. 270度. You can set it according to your needs. This is 90度. Gyroscope. Currently, our remote control can only set parameters for this brand as integrated gyro receiver. Other brands or independent gyroscopes cannot be set through our remote control. When using, first select the type of our gyroscope. For example, here is the car mode, and then adjust the sensitivity and direction of the gyroscope here below. The greater the gain, the higher the sensitivity will be. Finally, the third page, the first one is the Failsafe function. It is usually not necessary to set the Failsafe function on the remote controller unless there are special circumstances. The default out-of control value for channels E, R, and C is 1500. CH3 is the throttle channel. Its default value is differentiated based on the single and double directions of the throttle. If I use the left-hand throttle, the default value is 1000. If it is a dual return throttle, you can see that the default value is 1500. Other channels are in hold state by default. Next is rocker calibration. When the joystick center position is found to be deviated, the center value can be calibrated by joystick calibration. First, you can see the words on the page. Then we follow his prompts to complete the settings. A sound will sound every time you dial the specified position. After setting, press OK. At this time, it will prompt that the calibration is successful. Next is to restore factory settings. Once operated, all parameters of the remote control will be restored to their default values. It will automatically shut down after setting is completed. Finally, the system settings. The remote control's automatic shutdown is enabled by default. If you don't use the remote control for 15分钟 use, it will automatically shut down. An alarm sound will sound before shutting down. Next is the log function. After the function is turned on, in addition to the system configuration panel, other panels cannot be accessed or operated unless you exit this function. This feature is now turned on. When you enter the interface, you will see a prompt to turn off the settings log. Just close it at this time. Finally, the display configuration. Here you can adjust the screen brightness and screen sleep time. Okay, that's all for today. See you next time.